If you're new here, you may not know what day it is, but if you've followed me for a while, you know it's moving day. I've finally decided that it's time to learn how to drive, back up, and hook up our RV that we live in full time. The only experience I have towing is a 12-foot U-Haul that I jackknifed while turning, so I'm not too confident, but I definitely want to learn. My husband has been towing for a very long time, so he can line up the truck with the RV the very first time, every single time. And I like to think that I'm good at backing up the truck too. Definitely not attached to the trailer. But this is different. The bed has to be down, which means I can't use the backup camera, and if I'm being honest, I definitely rely on the backup camera. Well, that was the first try. Does anyone have a guess at how many tries it actually took me? If you look closely, you can see an orange traffic cone in the bed of the truck. We put that over the hitch so I could align it in my rear view mirror. It only took me 3 tries, and for my first time, I actually impressed myself. Personally, I'm most nervous about backing the fifth wheel up into a spot. I'm not too concerned about driving it forward or even around turns as long as I take my time and go slow. But I am definitely taking my time to learn, and I won't be driving on a highway anytime soon, so don't worry. Here he is showing me how to unhook the safety chains from the fifth wheel so we can attach them to the hooks in the bed. In the next clip, I plug the power cord from the RV into the bed of our truck, and this keeps the refrigerator running while we're driving. I just wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people are curious if our food stayed cold while we were driving. In the next video, he explains the emergency brake and why he places it where he does.
This holds this pin in. So last time, this was hooked to here because that's what the dealership told me. Now, I've been towing longer than I've been pulling this trailer, so the whole thing is that when I had this with other trailers, this brake safety line, it was kind of like woven around this, right? It was woven around this like this, because if this goes, this is going with it.
Right.
So the problem with having it here is that I literally made almost like what, a 45-degree angle, and it just pulled it. And I'm like, what is happening? And I looked down, and sure enough, this was pulled off because it was literally, you know, this was all the way over that way, and it was not long enough. So listen, this is my advice. Stick it to the damn chain. Doesn't make a difference. It's not going to stop you. If this chain gets pulled off, this brake should go with it.
Once everything is hooked up and double checked, the last thing we have to do is reel up the power cord. Backing up was so much easier because we only had water and electric at this site, so we didn't have to worry about a sewer hose. I think for now, I'll stick to backing up the truck to hitch up the RV and pulling out of the spot when it's time to leave to a new campground. But I definitely want to practice and perfect backing up and parking a trailer, so if you have any tips or tricks, please let me know.